friends, welcome back to my channel, TT Reacts to Reddit handstands. So let's see what we have going on today with these handstands on Reddit. So first up, this one's titled Handstand Tips. Let's see what this guy is doing. Okay. Alright, so he's doing the kick up method. He's not able to get the correct momentum, but I can see here he has good form. He has good chest activation. He's very, very strong. His core is engaged. You can definitely see that in his handstand. Now, what this man here needs to do is try to do the handstand standing up and just grasp the movement and the flow of the handstand. And you're not, in this kick up method, you're not using enough momentum. So usually people have too much momentum. This is a case where he doesn't have enough. I think if he stands up and just does it normally, he might be able to get the flow a little bit better and catch that handstand right at the top. But honestly, he doesn't really need too much advice. I would just suggest doing this drill that I commonly recommend for people who are in this situation, to just do that and get the form. And honestly, he could have grabbed it a few times, but I don't know if he doesn't have the core strength enough to do it. But the drill I put on the screen will definitely help you to build the necessary core strength. But it looks like your core was engaging, it just didn't fully grab it. So you just might need a little bit more core training. But this is the best one of the best practices I've seen among people who are trying to learn. Okay, so this next one, struggling with wall climb. Let's start here. Unless you have to climb on the wall, do not climb on the wall. Just face toward the wall, give yourself a good distance, 1 foot away from the wall, and kick up onto the wall. Bend your knees and get the good form and gauge how you are going to actually practice the handstand. Climbing on the wall is not representative of how most people perform a handstand. You're not doing that movement as you climb on the wall when you're actually doing the handstand. And I think a lot of beginners can actually just kick up onto the wall. It's not necessary for every single person to climb onto the wall. And I think the reason why he's doing it is because everyone in this thread seems to think that climbing on the wall is a good idea. But I'm here to tell you, you don't have to do that unless you can't kick up onto the wall. Some people are just too scared to kick up on the wall, or they can't get enough momentum to get their legs up. Whatever the case is, those are the only people that really should be climbing on the wall. So maybe just try kicking up and see how that feels. If you can't, then you can pursue with this method. And honestly, I would recommend some strength training. I'm not sure if you are a regular gym goer, but I think if you warm up beforehand, it's going to get those muscles nice and greased up to perform these movements, because it is pretty athletic. It seems easy and whatever, but you really do have to warm up and get your body ready for these types of movements. All right, moving on. First good handstand. Okay. Wow, good job. Sorry, y'all, I'm sick. All right, let's see here. I'm very happy for you. Your form doesn't look bad. Just try to touch your ankles together when you get to the top and engage your core a little bit more. But I think that your form here isn't bad at all. Just a slight arch, which most of us will start off with a slight arch. And this exercise is something that can help with that. When you bend your knees, you can't arch your back. You have to have like good form. So when you bend your knees like that and then pop your legs out, that actually teaches you to not arch your back. So this person here, he got his first handstand. I think that's great. You can warm up with this exercise and then go into your free handstand and see how that feels. If you can gauge and grab it with your core a little bit more, if you can engage your chest a little bit more, that's wonderful, and I'm very happy for you. This person, I'm seeing progress. Now, I reacted to this person before. It might have been the same video from a different angle. So, so from this angle, you can see, I don't know if that's just how his body is shaped, where it just looks like he has an arch. I think he might have the type of pelvic tilt where your back just goes, or it over arches, because it doesn't really look like he's arching too much. It actually doesn't look like he's arching that much. And you could kind of see his core working from the front. Now from the side, it did look like it was arched, but now that I'm seeing it from the front, I don't think that that necessarily is the case. But I think he should keep it up and keep practicing, and probably try the drill as well that I put on the screen and see if that helps with your tricks, because if you can actually do the same variation, you'll just keep one knee bent and then you'll pop the other leg out and try to do whatever trick that you're doing. It's a little bit difficult at first, but it's difficult in general. I think doing one leg at a time, it's helping your abs get very strong, but it's also teaching you how to do the movement safely. So yeah, I would try that, and I think you're doing a great job. I think this is the guy who's 50 something, 40 or 50 something. So I'm happy, very happy to see the older people hopping on the trend. Yes, ma'am. Last video. Please help me improve. Well, let's see what he is doing. So he's kicking up from the ground and immediately has gone into a slight arch. I wish you guys would do a little bit longer videos and a few more attempts, because when I'm just judging one like this, I'm forced to assume that this is how most of your handstands are, which it may not even be the case, but he has the correct form. But let me see, here in the middle of the video, don't ever drop your head. Even if your handstand fails, don't ever drop your head down between your shoulders, ever. No, that's not what you do. Keep your chest engaged all the way to the end, and make it to where the only way that you can fail is if your core gives out in the handstand, or if your shoulders or your hands or whatever give out in the handstand, and not because your chest is dropping or losing engagement. Your chest needs to be engaged throughout the entire handstand. And you can see in this clip here, his chest loses the tightness, especially when he drops his head. That's when the handstand ultimately failed. But you need to keep that chest tight to the end, because honestly, your chest is really the longest. It's easier to hold your body up with your chest than with, say, your shoulders or even your core. But your chest should not be the first thing to give out. I would warm up with push-ups, planks, and lateral raises or some sort of shoulder exercise before you go into these movements, because it's going to warm up that muscle and engage it, and over time that muscle is going to get very, very strong, and it's not going to give out as soon. So I think warming up properly will help a lot of these people see progress with their handstand. That is the last video. Thank you for tuning in to another TT Reacts. And if you want your video featured, go ahead and send your video to this email right here. And I will see y'all in the next one. Ciao.